Hey, hello internet, hello world. Just hanging out with me again, huh? Maybe. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Still pretty early on in the game for us in the growing of our brand and our channel, so these videos don't have a lot of traction yet, but we're working on it. We're building on it, having fun. Regardless of whatever happens, we are having an absolute blast doing this, learning a lot about our art, learning a lot about our friendship, learning a lot about starting a social media brand, figuring it all out. So hopefully, you stay tuned in and continue to watch us grow and keep up with the journey. Tonight I was filming for a special project that we'll have coming out. Like I said, the Monday videos you see are pre-baked, pretty far in advance. I won't say too super far into advance, but they're pretty far into advance. But the vlogs are more, pretty live, like, right in the current week. So whenever you see these vlogs uploaded, I've either filmed this thing a few days before, the day of, the day before. Rarely are these filmed ahead of time. So this is one of those cases where I've decided to film Wednesday's vlog a few days before. I want to reiterate that these vlogs at some point in time will become much more than just me being solo, talking to the camera by myself. They will turn into something a little bit different. We're gonna fill in a bunch of stuff today. Kyle came over. We lifted together. We lifted all the weights in the garage in the Chris Farley Memorial Gym, and took a walk. As silly as it sounds, walking's been helping me out a bunch. Not a fan of running, just not my thing, but I need to do something for my heart health. Not just lift weights, but I need to do something for my heart health, some steady state cardio. So walking is what I've chosen to do for that. And so Kyle decided to join me. I took a 2.5 mile loop in my neighborhood. I'm kind of lucky, blessed, if you will. The neighborhood that we live in is very quiet, and it's pretty decent size, and it's got a couple lakes, and so you can take a walk. It's very pretty. It's like a park. It's nice. Anyways, enough babbling about that. I reused this guitar and this guitar. You can't really see too well because I don't have them lit, and I used this drum set over here. I did a video playthrough on the music for a character, one of 4 characters that we have coming out in a new series. That's all I'm going to say. Pretty stoked on it. This one has a large emphasis, a heavy emphasis on the music component of it. And it was just pretty fun, kind of work through this. And so I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk about how I go about filming something like this. So let me show you some stuff. Hang in there. All right, I'm back. This is my cell phone. It's a Google Pixel 2. Yeah, it's old. But it still works. I really like this phone a lot. I don't know, maybe someday I might go back to iPhone. I kind of like their security, their focus, their emphasis on security a little bit better. But anyways, this is what I got right now, the Pixel 2. And I have these acquired this year, these Samsung wireless earbuds. They're pretty nice. They are pretty nice. So what I did is over at my computer, over here, I mixed down the song that I want to work on. What do I mean by that? I go into my digital audio workstation, I select the track that we're working on, I mix it down into an MP3, I upload it to Dropbox, my phone that's linked to my phone. I open it on my phone, I pop one of these bad boys in, just this ear, my non-dominant ear. If I listen to stuff just in this ear, I feel like I can't focus on sound. If I put it over here on the right ear, I feel like that I can focus on the sound in the room and the here. So get my right ear all gooded up, get the in-ear kind of a thing. It's got a click track and everything on there and the song. And so I sit and I play with it. So tonight I filmed over at the drum set at a certain angle and I played through the song twice. And then I took the best pieces of those takes and then put them into the video. I then did 2 different filmings with the bass guitar here, and then I picked my favorite one from that, my favorite performance. That's the Bass 6 again, the Fender Squier Bass 6 Modified Jazzmaster. that I play as a guitar and I play as a bass. And this particular song I did tonight, I used it as a bass. So I did 2 video takes of that, and I stood up just to add like a little bit of a different flavor. I didn't want all my static shots to be the same. I didn't want it to be samey. So I did that one standing up. Then I use my 6-string over here, Nameless brand for right now. I'm not gonna tell everything quite yet. I play that guitar right there for the main rhythm guitar parts, and so then I filmed that. I did that 3 different. Wait a minute, did I do 2? Yes, I did it. No, I fibbed. I flubbed. I fibbed and I flubbed. I do that on 2 also. I do a main shot where I try to get as much of myself and the guitar in the shot as possible so you can see the whole thing, and I decided to sit down and play it. Just a little easier to shoot with the static shots if I can sit down. Especially with the guitar, it was a little more intricate than the bass. The bass I decided to shoot standing up to add variety to the footage that I have so that you don't just, as a viewer, see the same shots all the time. And then in order to add variety to the guitar portion of the video, I did a second angle where it's very much pointed at the headstock. So let me give you an example of it. I did a shot kind of like this, except you can see more of the guitar in it and the full body. Then I did one where it's more like this, which down the neck, and you can see my hands on the fretboard and get a little more of the what I would consider an intimate vibe. The vibe that I have, the bass guitar, is very much, standing up and playing it, right? So those are the different shots that I do. And then I use to film this video. And so, like I said, you're not gonna see that video for a little while after this, but this is the vlog I decided to make to give you an idea of what I do. I take the footage, all of this together. I work on one thing at a time. When I work on stuff, I'm a person that likes a certain workflow. So I started with the main guitar, since it's the hardest part, and I filmed that from my main angle. And then when I got the take that I like, I actually turn the camera off. I take my SD card out, I stick it over into a computer. I've got an SD card reader, USB 3.0, and then I pull the video that I want to keep off of the SD card and stick it in my folder that I work out of for Adobe Premiere. I delete the rest of the files on there that I don't want. I stick the SD card back in there. I set up my new shot, and then I film that until I feel like I got a good take on that one, which was the down the neck. I go over there and I put that in a folder, and then I start fresh with the SD card. Then I went over and did the bass guitar, the bass 6, and I went ahead and did those 2. I found my favorite clip on that. I stuck it over on my computer, started the process over again, and I did the drums the exact same way. Filmed it once, filmed it twice, looked at them, found out which one I liked, kept the one that I liked. Now, I know that's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of pulling the SD card out, sticking it back on the computer, but I like that. It's really clean for me. If I was out on site, if I wasn't at home, you just roll with it and you filter through your shots later. But since I have the convenience of being literally just a few feet away from my editing station, I was just like, let me just pull these off of there. That way it's boom, boom, boom. It's real clean, real cut, real easy to use. Get my files off of there, and then I wouldn't have a bunch of stuff to look at or filter through later. So that's how I decided to do this. Now, when you hear the videos, something that I've noticed from this, I don't know, I'm sure everyone has a different approach. They have a different thing that they like to do when they film these styles of videos. But for me, what I've noticed is I prefer to have it so that you hear some of the camera audio, which I've got the Rhodes shotgun mic on the top here, that I probably just touched and made a hideous noise for me to have to deal with in editing. But also, check this out. Oh yeah, so I use that Rhodes, right, to get that. But I also use the direct audio from the computer. So I take that MP3 track that I was jamming to, minus the click track, and I stick it into Premiere. So you hear the mastered, high quality, CD ready. Well, people don't really listen to CDs anymore. Stream ready audio. That's all good to go, right? In the project, in the video. I'm at a loss for words here. So I stick that high quality, so you primarily will hear that in my video, but then underneath it, very quietly, it's almost inaudible. It really is. But it is the live sound in the room. Why do I do that? I do that for a couple reasons. It makes editing the guitar, the drums, the bass much easier later. It's because I can look at the peaks and valleys of my waveform, which is just the visual representation of the audio that's the camera's picking up, and the song. It's real easy to line up those peaks and valleys. Like when I hit this note, when I hit this, where are those lines? I match them up. And it's real easy to edit like that. So that's one of the reasons is to make editing easier. The second reason I really like it is I feel like my guitar playing, my drumming, my bass is disconnected visually from the audio component if I don't put that audio in there. I don't know if it's a brain trick. I don't know if I can subtly, well, that's essentially what I'm getting at. The brain trick is you can subtly hear the audio of what the camera is doing, and so that it melds and it syncs better with it. I like it a lot. If there's any point in time that I can do that with what I'm going to record for the music and different things that we do, and then I continue to do as this grows, it will be to have that approach. I like it. It feels organic. It feels connected. It feels like everything meshes and that my playing is really represented correctly, and it's all stuck together and cohesive, and it works. It works a lot. So again, it makes editing easier to have a little bit of that raw camera audio in there, and it makes the shot feel very married to the audio that you have, the pre-mixed track in the background. So anyways, it's kind of a how-to in a certain way of what we do to film some of these aspects of the project. I keep rambling. I've said the word like 88 times tonight. I'm trying to fix my use of words to seem like I know what I'm doing a little bit better, but let's face it, none of us know what we're doing, you know what I mean? Anyways, on that note, take her easy.